Bros Productions is proud to present Kansas City Jets High School Travel Hockey. Kansas City Jets Hockey is brought to you by the Bortnick Law Firm, Donovan Service, Golf TRK, the Kansas City Ice Center, KC Ice, Minding the Gap, Myers Brothers, Packer Fastener, the Midwest High School Hockey League, and Beck Bros Productions. Now, Kansas City Jets Hockey.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome out to snowy Des Moines. I shudder to think what the roads are going to look like when it comes time to go back to the West Des Moines Hotel, but it's the Kansas City Jets taking on the Des Moines Capitals this weekend. Wish I could say things went better in the opening game with the JVers, but it was a 4-1 final. That doesn't probably tell you how close things were. It was 1-0 a good portion of the game. A late second period goal by the Capitals did not help things out very much. And then when all was said and done, we ended up with a 2-1 game for a brief period of time in the third period. When they made it 3-1, that made it a little bit more difficult and added an empty netter later on. So the varsity team is going to have their work cut out for them today, taking on this, as far as I know, undefeated Des Moines Capital team. I believe they are 11-0. They had their games last weekend canceled. Jackson Fleming in the goal to our left for the Capitals, and Camden Krugel in the goal to our right. Now, on the other hand, the Jets were able to hand the Dubuque Saints their first loss of the season last weekend in a split in that situation. So who knows? Maybe they can continue the trend this week. We shall see how things go this weekend. So the teams are at center ice, just about set to go. We're kind of waiting for the lights to come back on, unlike what goes on in KCIC. These are the mercury vapor form of lights as opposed to the LED or fluorescent forms, so they take a little bit longer to come back on when you shut them off for their starting lineups. So we'll see what this Jets varsity team can do. Whitrock line seems to be getting ready to start things off with Brody Lee and Shaden Brenneman up front for the Jets. Reedman and Micah Amon on the defense. Slowly but surely, the various lights are coming back up to close to full power. And we'll see how things go here. Late start for today. Of course, they were having some trouble here at Buccaneers Arena with their compressor earlier on. I wasn't sure whether or not we would end up with a playable surface, but luckily they did, and we are underway here from Buccaneers Arena. It's the Jets and the Des Moines Capitals, and Brody Lee backhands it all the way down deep inside the Capitals' end. Back for it, Millang. Capitals get it to the line and out to center ice. Whitrock with it, had it poked away. Goes down deep into the zone, Gage Behrens. Back of the net, they try to poke it in front. It comes loose, Amon has it, and he'll play it off the sideboards. Can't get it out, gets it back though. And now a shot right on and a save by Krugel, who had a heck of a game. They did give Dubuque their first loss of the season, and a lot of that was because of Camden Krugel, who ended up with a shutout in a 1-0 victory. Reedman with the puck. Jets kind of hemmed in their own zone. Brody Lee plays it up the boards but not out. It was kept in by Myers. Now into the corner. Capitals will play it to the near side. Just underway in the first period. Jets and Des Moines Capitals. Whitrock behind the net. along with Ryan Logan. Comes out to the far side, now back out near the line, straight away a shot. That was tipped wide. Logan again comes back out top of the circle, and that shot was blocked to the defense, and Whitrock able to get it out to center ice, and he just sends it the length of the ice for an icing call. So an inauspicious start there for the Jets as they kind of got hemmed in their own zone for a good portion of that, as we will now see the Smith line out as Kale out there, along with Lemke and Eklund for a second line here for the Jets. Lemke trying to poke it ahead, couldn't get it out, kept in right point, long shot saved by Krugel, and the puck comes back out near the line again. Another long shot, another save, rebound, and Krugel got that as well. Capitals have been dangerous here. Bouncing puck sent out to center ice. Good play by Lemke to just get the body in the way. But the Capitals doing a good job of establishing here as Tyler Nelson tries to poke it into the corner. He's taken to the boards. Pair of number 3s is Jackson Norman over there for the Jets. Puck squirts out. Ekton will play it back toward the boards. Now Ekton again into the corner. Backhands it up the near side boards. Comes back out right point. Long shot. Another save by Krugel on the shot from the point by Stiles. Lemke able to poke it out to center ice. And we're going to get an early penalty here as Jets player taken into the boards. And let's see what the call's going to be. It is a roughing call. I believe it is against Talon Malang, and the Jets are going to have an early power play here. 14:26 left to go in the first period. We're less than 3 minutes into this one. We'll see how things go. Brody Lee at the point, off the faceoff, walks the line, sends it down low, gets it back. Now across for Whitrock, in the middle for Lee. Tried to play it on the far side. Knocked down Lee. He'll just play it toward the net, wide of the goal, goes off the end boards. And a good job to keep possession of the puck. Left point here is Whitrock. Sends it all the way across. Right point shot comes loose in front. They fight for it as the puck was loose in the slot area. It is picked up by the Capitals. They can't get it out. Kept in by Bloom. He'll ring it around near side. Eklund lets it go to Whitrock. Whitrock back toward Eklund in the corner, got by him. They'll play it up the near side boards. Whitrock knocks it down at the half boards. In toward the corner, comes back out. Brody Lee walks the line, a wrist shot right on, and a save by Fleming, and he will hang on. So got a lot of good puck possession, but not really the best scoring opportunity there for the Jets. As Jackson Fleming certainly saw that all the way. They keep the same line out there, 50 seconds into the power play. Whitrock wins it cleanly again, back to Brody Lee. He'll walk the line in the middle, across for Bloom. Back to Lee. Now left side, top of the circle. Whitrock a shot. Oh, that was tipped wide and off the goaltender by Lemke. Now here's Eklund. Again for Whitrock, straight away Lee. Lee a shot. That hit a leg, goes wide of the goal. They play it off the sideboards, and it does come out to center ice. Jets have to tag up. And now they'll start changing some players with 40 seconds left to go in the power play. Puck sent the length of the ice by the Capitals. Jets on the power play early on, scoreless game, 3 minutes in. Cale Smith pokes it ahead. He'll work it into the far corner. Plays it back out for Bloom, right point. Now a long shot. Oh, that was redirected just wide, right in front of the goal by Cale Smith. Brenneman, he'll chase it down in the far corner. Back out right point. Bloom a one-timer, and Fleming steers that into the corner. Gets back for Whitrock, across for Bloom. Bloom straight away, shot right on. Again, a save by Fleming, and he will hang on. 6 seconds left to go in the man advantage. That time a couple of better opportunities for the Jets in this scoreless game early on at Buccaneers Arena. Jets and Capitals. Dale Smith on the draw. Puck comes back. Lemke, that was Eklund who couldn't get the shot on goal. Eklund now will backhand it out to center ice as teams are back at full strength. Jets 0 for 1 on the power play. William Reed with the puck for the Capitals. Tried to get it up from Myers. That eluded him. Back at the Capitals line. This is Reed again. Plays it in the middle. Goes off the stick of Myers, who tries to catch up with it. Fell down. It was taken over by the Jets, and Reedman will go for a skate in his own zone. Plays it up the boards out to center ice. Comes back in. Play was onside, but knocked right back out, and the Jets again will clear the zone. McAfee played it in the middle. Lemke ahead. Now McAfee again. Trying to get it to Lemke. Back of the net west. And again, the Capitals, and this is Loxton, try to play it ahead. Comes loose. Wood over there. He had it taken away. And the Capitals get it out to center. Logsdon again. He was checked by Corin. Puck goes back of the net. Reedman will play it off the sideboards, and it goes off of Wood and out to center ice. Henley has to go back for it. Now Logsdon, he lost it for McAfee. Kind of got it lost in his own skates. We'll send it across for Reedman. Now Amon. Micah Amon just to an open right wing. Rhodey Lee. Rhodey Lee dumps it in. Out of the net, Fleming leaves it back of the net. Now he'll play it up ahead on the right wing, but that was poked away by Whitrock. He couldn't maintain possession, and now Henley again for the Capitals. In the middle, trying to work into the zone. Shot goes off a stick and out of play, and we will get a whistle and a face-off. Face-off coming to the right of Camden Krugel. Whitrock line out. Faced up. And that one goes in on goal, and it's caught by Krugel, and he will hang on. For a face-off. Again to his right. Whitrock out to take the draw. It was won by Christensen, comes right behind the net. Christensen again had it poked away. Now it's picked up by Whitrock, that's Jackson Norman, and he'll get it out to center ice. Plays it in cross corner into the near boards, try to get it back to Whitrock. That was picked off and sent all the way back into the Jets' end. Teddy Ekton there with it. Cross for Norman. Norman rink wide. He was looking for Brenneman. That failed to click, but Ekton will dump it in deep. Fleming out of the net, leaves it back of the goal. We've played a little over 7 minutes here of this first period. Jets need to tack up here on the delayed offsides. Capitals will look to break out to center. Comes out. Eklund takes his man to the boards. On the near side into the zone. Puck squirts loose. Bloom after for it. Got it out to center right, just muscled it out there. It's taken by West, try to work in. It's picked up in the Jets and knocking it out of midair. Kel Smith got it into the zone, but he was double teamed and knocked down. The puck was knocked down, I guess I should say. And now it's West again who gloves it down. Played it to the Jets line. Elam. Now the Jets again. Elam will get it out to center ice. Lost an edge though, and back the other way, trying to work in. Loxton in on goal. Backhand shot, and he missed everything wide on the far side. Taken there by Myers, who played it right through the middle. Now it's taken another shot, goes off the glove of Camden into the corner, I should say. And now it's picked up by Lemke. He was able to work it out to center ice. Bennett Lemke gains the line, works into the zone. He was triple teamed, and it's picked up by Augustine. Puck back of the net now for the Capitals. Max Myers with it. We'll rev up a little speed. Try to go headman as he had an open man, Behrens, waiting for it, but couldn't get him the puck. Comes all the way back into the Jets' end and off the back of the goal. Centering attempt there by Myers, and the Jets clear it out. This is going to be icing though, as it crosses the end red line, an icing call. against Kansas City. About halfway through the first period, scoreless game. McAfee line comes out. Brody to take the draw out there with Wood and Corin. Friedman lost an edge, but was able to get up and maintain possession of the puck. Played it to the far side. Friedman again in the corner with it. Around for Amon, bouncing puck. He couldn't stop it. Then that shot hit the leg of Logan and goes wide. Comes back out to the point. Kept in. Knocked down by Friedman. Then Christensen, he couldn't keep possession of it. Puck near the line. And now is Brody McAfee with the puck back of his net. He'll change directions, play it on right wing. McAfee again with it. And he'll just lift it out to center ice. Wood plays it down the ice. No icing here as the Capitals were changing players, and so they couldn't touch the puck, but they waved off icing because of that. Now this time this will be an icing, but it's against the Capitals with 7:17 left to go here in the first period. Scoreless game, Jets and Capitals. Whitrock line comes out. They've probably had the best scoring chances that we've had in the game so far. Lane in between Brenneman and Brody Lee. Then Amon, a long shot, missed everything off the end boards. Friedman keeps it in right point. Tried to send it in the middle, went off the stick of Whitrock. And now back the other way, Wenzel for the Capitals. He'll just dump it in back of the net after Fort Friedman. He'll send it in the corner. Brody Lee there. Lee plays it up the boards, and Whitrock takes over. He tried to poke it ahead, and it's carried on by Brody Lee. He's got Brenneman with him. Left it for Brenneman near the right point. He was checked to the boards. Lee trying to force it free. Oh, Whitrock almost came away with that, but the Capitals take over. Played out to the right point. Long shot by Micah Amon. And that missed everything. He was looking for the redirection by Lee, but it was about shoulder high, and he couldn't get a stick on it. And now this one goes out of play, and we'll get a face-off. 6:31 left to go in this first period. Scoreless game from Buccaneers Arena. Kel Smith line comes out with Eklund and Lemke. Norman and Ekton back on the points. Comes back out. Oh, it eluded Norman, who has to chase back for it. Just plays it off the near side boards. Capitals get it into the Jets end. Ekton there. Played it ahead. That was picked off, though. Trying to walk in. A shot right on. And a save by Krugel on the shot by Behrens. Gage Behrens. Long shot hit traffic in front. Comes back out. Broke a stick. Did the Capitals defenseman. And the puck goes into the corner. Eklund played it off a stick and out to center. Cole gets it back, and now 3-on-2 if they hurry, trying to work into the zone. Eklund tried to split the defense. He played it from the back of the net out front. Then Ekton a shot, and then Lemke tried to play it in front, but that one goes wide. Off the end boards, up the near side boards. Capitals pick it up, and Behrens back the other way. Gage Behrens trying to make a move around Ekton, but Ekton takes it away from him. Now it's taken by Logsden. He lost it. Eklund able to bounce it out to center ice. Jets gain the red line and dump it in. Out of the net, Fleming leaves it back of the net as the Jets will change players. Down to 5:15 left to go, first period, scoreless game. It is taken by Reed back of his net. He just left it in the corner. Capitals work out to center ice. Nelson with the puck in on right wing. Long shot wide of the mark. Off the end boards, comes back out toward the left point. That was blocked by Wood. Now the puck comes loose in the middle, hit the broken stick in there. Bloom couldn't get a stick on it, but it goes under the stick of Weston out to center ice. Corin tried to knock it down in the slot area, but it was picked up by West from the Capitals. Jets try to chase it down. It comes out near the line, kept in by Elam. Now comes loose. Wood a backhand, but he put it wide of the goal, went off a stick, and it's picked up by Logan. Long right wing pass. Oh, Bloom almost overskated it, but he was able to keep it away from Opp. And then Corrin got it out to center ice. Now here's Lee with it, trying to work in with McAfee. Brody Lee and Brody McAfee. And the puck shot wide of the goal. McAfee's going to head to the bench to finish off a line change. And that'll give the Capitals an opportunity to send it down the ice. It goes the length of the ice, though, and there is an icing call against the Capitals. 4:02 left to go in the first period. Faceoff will come back into the Capitals' end to the left of Jackson Fleming. Whitrock line out for Kansas City. Lane will get kicked out of the draw, and Brody Lee will come in to take it. He wins it cleanly. It comes back out, a shot by Elam, and that hit traffic, ended up going wide of the goal. Pretty good traffic in front of the net there by Brenneman and company for the Jets. Now Shaden trying to get that one, but it comes back out to Bloom. Bloom sends it rink wide, bit of a dangerous pass, but he got away with it. Comes all the way back into the Capitals end. They'll send it. Bloom knocks it down, plays it in the middle. Loxton. It was carried on into the zone, and a shot by Behrens goes wide. Myers can't get a stick on it. Behrens again back of the net, looking to center it. He will play it all the way back out to the right point by West. A shot, and that went off the skate of Bloom and wide of the goal. Now back of the net, Myers. Max Myers setting up shot back of the goal, trying to play it in front, got it to West, sharp angle shot, glove save, rebound comes loose in front, but Brenneman there to pick it up. He'll send it in the middle. Brody Lee, he was hooked a bit. Fans scream, but no call. Myers, that hit a stick that had fallen, and Lemke can't get a stick on it. Down to under 3 minutes left to go. Bloom gloved it down, but it comes right to Loxton. It's loose in front, backhand, big save by Krugel. And the Jets clear it. Eklund trying to chase it down. The leading scorer for the Jets. Two players go down in a huff, and they will get up. Puck comes out to center ice. We're down to 2.5 minutes left to go in this period. Up ahead, Christensen with it for the Capitals. Amon picks up the loose puck in his own zone. Got it out to center ice, Eklund. Poked it ahead, but couldn't maintain possession. The Capitals take over, up the near side boards. Amon gave it for Lemke, and then it was taken away. Stiles trying to work in. He was knocked down. Picked off by Nelson. Played it right through the middle. Went off of Krugel and toward the far side. Jets clear it. This one will go on goal, so no icing. Under 2 minutes left to go in the first period. Still scoreless here from Buccaneers Arena. Now play it in the middle. That was tipped by Amon, but it's picked up by Riedman. He plays it ahead. Boy, he had Lemke, but too far ahead of him. And so it'll go the length of the ice for an icing call. $1:39 left to go here in the first period of play. Capitals have had some great opportunities, and Camden Krugel has come up big so far. Jets have had a few shots of their own. Whitrock line out. Oh, in front. Shot goes off the end boards wide. They center it again. Comes loose. And that shot goes wide of the mark again on the near side. Comes back out to the right point. Shot by Reed was blocked to the defense. Then Barron sent it across for Myers. Myers back of the goal. He kicks it into the corner. Amon takes him to the boards, and now it's picked up by Lee. Back the other way. Brody Lee trying to find Whitrock. That was knocked away, and then Lee will backhand it in, and the Jets will change players as we're down to a minute left to go in the period. Capitals dump it in. Steered wide of the goal by Krugel. Active boards came off the end though. Comes back, a centering pass and a save. Krugel, who's lost his stick. It's in front of him. And the Jets, and here is Jackson Norman able to get it away and got it out to center ice. They'll dump it back in. This is delayed offsides. Capitals tag up, and the Jets get it out. Norman with half a minute to go. He'll just dump it in. Back for it, Reed. Reed back of his net, plays it up the boards for Logan. Now on the right side, Nelson. Tyler Nelson into the zone on right wing. Long shot, pad save, big rebound. Knocked out of the way by Brody McAfee. In the corner. McAfee again comes around the near side. It was taken by Henley. His shot never got through, and that's going to do it. The buzzer sounds, and the first period comes to a close, and nobody has found the back of the net so far. Jets and Capitals are scoreless after 17 minutes of hockey. We'll go to our intermission slideshow and be back with the second period coming up after this here on Kansas City Jets Hockey. Welcome back out to Buccaneers Arena here in Des Moines, Iowa. Joel Becker on Kansas City Jets hockey. Jets and Capitals scoreless after one period of play. Have to keep our eyes open, by the way. We mentioned earlier in the game that Cole Eklund went hard into the boards with one of the Capitals players. He did kind of ding up his knee when that happened, so we'll have to wait and see whether or not he's going to be available for this period of play. I was just trying to watch him when he came out on the ice. He's a little gimpy. I think he'll probably play through it if I had to guess, but we shall see. The Whitrock line appears to be starting for the Jets, so we don't know yet. Lane out there with Brody Lee and Shaden Brenneman. So we'll see. Certainly was a fine effort in that first period. Camden Krugel was called upon a number of times to make saves and did so. Jackson Fleming came up as big as he needed to. Two teams at center ice, and we are about set to go for the second period of play. And we are underway. Scoreless game. Undefeated Capitals and the Kansas City Jets. Friedman back of his net. Oh, he fanned on it. Was probably actually worked out better because now he's able to clear it out to center ice. Brenneman trying to chase it down. Getting to it first, though, with Stiles. That comes in front. Whitrock had it swept away from his stick by the goaltender Fleming, and now back the other way, 3-on-2. Here come the Capitals trying to work in. That play way offsides as Logsdon went to make a move at the line and screaming in on the right wing. His teammate put the play offside, so that worked out luckily for the Jets, actually. So we'll get a neutralized face-off 30 seconds into this period, and Cole Eklund is indeed out on the ice to start off this second period of play. So that is good to see. Micah Amon will dump it into the zone. Out of the net, Fleming leaves it back of the goal. They'll play it into the corner. Unfortunately, Lemke can't stop it, and it comes back out the other way. Dumped in by Ryan Logan. Oh. Krugel had his stick knocked away from him. I don't know what the whistle was for. It looks like it's going to be a penalty against Des Moines. It's an interference call. I think it was for knocking the stick away. I believe it's Grady Christensen who's going off, and for the second time in the game, the Jets are going to have a power play here. 16:03 left to go, 57 seconds into the period. Jets with the man advantage. They are 0 for 1 so far. Here's Brody Lee. Bloom. He'll dump it around. They had a good power play. They didn't get any really grade A chances. Lee straight away across for Whitrock. Top of the circle, a shot that was blocked to the defense. Laying a good job to keep it in the zone. Sends it down low for Eklund. Kind of hopped over his stick, but coming over to help out Lemke. Four players trying to fight for it in the corner. It squirts free, and Whitrock plays it back to Lee at the point. He'll walk the line. Wrist shot, and that went off of the back of Lemke, or maybe the defenseman there for the Capitals, and they will send it the length of the ice. That almost had an odd redirect that could have gotten by Fleming. But in the meantime, the Jets will try and continue on here on the power play. Bloom back of the net. He'll play it up ahead for Brody Lee. Now it's dumped in. Fleming will play it around near side. Bloom over there will activate from the point. Comes loose. McAfee across. A shot right on. Save Fleming, then rebound Lee. And another redirect. And Lemke was taken down into the goaltender as he makes the catch and hangs on. 50 seconds left to go in the Jets power play. A couple of good opportunities there for Kansas City. Still have not solved Jackson Fleming. Neither have the Capitals solved Camden Krugel. Friedman couldn't keep that in at the point, so he'll have to go all the way back. He was taken to the boards by Logan. Amon comes over to help it out. 35 seconds ago in the power play. Here is Brenneman with it, trying to play it all the way down into the zone, plays it back, but he fanned as he tried to go back to the point, and it came right back to the Capitals, and they'll dump it the length of the ice. Krugel out of the net, left it for Friedman. He'll circle around in the corner, play it across for Amon, and Micah will just head up left wing with 10 seconds left to go in the power play. Gains the red line and dumps it in. Fleming out of the net, who does like to roam. Left it there for Malang. Comes up the near side boards. Wood couldn't quite get a stick on it. It comes down into the zone, and Krugel will play it back in the net for Amon. Power play over. Jets 0 for 2. But here's Cale Smith with it. He's late on a shift, so he just dumps it in after he gets across the red line. Puck goes into the corner. Wood lost an edge. Comes up the near side boards, and it's Malang. He was checked, but got it in the middle and trying to carry it right through the middle is Myers. And Krugel actually ran into his own teammate and fell down in the net, but luckily the puck wasn't in a dangerous area. And Amon makes a good defensive play, can't clear it out though. Knocked down by Augustine, and now it's carried on, and a long shot by Behrens was wide. Rebound comes into the near corner. Jets can't clear the zone. Comes in front, a shot right on. Krugel the save, and he will cover up on the rebound as well. And we will get a face-off. 3 minutes, 57 seconds into the second period. Still scoreless here from Buccaneers Arena in Des Moines. Same two teams at it again tomorrow, 9 and 11. The start times for the varsity JV and then the varsity game, respectively. Hopefully you can join us for that as well. Comes back out to the point. Long shot, redirect off the stick of Way. And now back the other way, Jackson Norman. He will gain the zone. Pulls up with it. Walks the line, sends it across for Ekton. He plays it on net. Oh, it's loose at the top of the crease. Jets can't get a stick on it, then Brody Lee overskated, and it comes back the other way. Right now, Lee is out there with Lemke and Smith. I don't know if they're halfway through a line change or if they've made some sort of a personnel change. As Lee tried to poke it ahead, tried to get it to himself, but then that play is offsides. As Lee got trapped into the zone, couldn't quite get out before Lemke came in. Now we'll get a whistle and face off. And I think they were partial the way through the line change because Whitrock comes out with Brenneman now. And Lee stays on. So, Jets looking to generate some offense here. Scoreless game. Nearly halfway through. Jackson Norman up ahead off the near side boards. Trying to work ahead with it, Lee. He had it taken away. Comes away from Norman. He'll just send it in cross corner. After Ford is Henley. Plays it to the near side corner, Logan. He tries to work through his own zone. Whitrock over there, took it away, came down low, and a shot by Lee, and didn't get much on it. Fleming able to make the save. Then it came through the middle again. Brenneman couldn't get a stick on that. Comes out right point. Ekton a long drive. They score! Shaden Brenneman with the redirect out of midair and able to knock it in past Fleming, and the Jets have a 1-0 lead. So they always say no shot is a bad one. That original shot was going to go wide from the point by Teddy Ekton, but Shaden Brenneman, it was off the shaft of his stick. It wasn't even off the blade, I don't believe. Can't really blame Fleming on that. And with 11:38 left to go here in the second period, Jets strike first and lead at 1-0. I don't know. Can we have back-to-back Saturday 1-0 wins over undefeated teams in the Midwest League? A little early for that, but Brenneman gets the goal. They gave Whitrock an assist. I assume they gave one to Acton as well, but you never know. 2-on-1 back the other way. Trying to work in. A shot and a save by Fleming. McAfee was along for the ride, but really couldn't get the puck to him. And so Smith took the shot and did not leave a rebound. I don't have a problem with him taking the shot there. I might have liked to see the shot be a little bit lower, so instead of the goaltender being able to glove it, it might have ended up going off his pad. Long pass. This is a delayed offsides, but the Jets have it anyway. Bloom clears it. Stiles plays it up the near side boards. Jets leave it 1-0. Stiles again with it. Up the near side boards. Elam over there to try and knock it down at the point. Does. Plays it toward the net. It was going to go wide. Stuck back behind the net by the goaltender Fleming. Capitals take over and they'll work out to center ice. Logston had it taken away. Elam again. Elam will try and walk in with it. He's 1-on-3. Took the shot, hit a leg. Malang left it back of the net for Stiles. He'll reverse. He plays it up the middle. Elam knocked it down, backhands it in. Jets tag up. Fleming left it there for Stiles for the Capitals. He'll lift it out to center ice. Kicked back in by Bloom. Jets need to tag up. They do. Oh, Wood gets dumped in the zone. In the meantime, comes up ahead for Wood. On the long pass by Bloom. He couldn't handle the pass, though. Puck loose in the zone. Corin couldn't get well, he did get a stick on it, but he couldn't maintain possession. And the Capitals work into the zone. Shot! Oh! And they score! Oh, my goodness. Camden Krugel has been standing on his head all game long, and I guarantee he would like to have that one back. So kind of a bit of a fluky goal on both sides. As the Jets get one knocked out of midair that gets past Fleming, and then that one, it was basically a stick save by Krugel, but it just took a funny hop off of his stick and ended up hopping over his shoulder and ended up in the back of the net. Just barely got across the line, but unfortunately barely worked. So we are tied at 1. They're having a little discussion. Ratto and the referee, I'm not sure exactly whether or not he thought that maybe somebody had gotten into the crease, or maybe he thought that there's somebody in the penalty box. Not sure what the call is. But it's Wood who's in the box, but nothing's, I'm assuming he's getting a 10-minute misconduct or something. Nothing's on the clock. So I'm guessing, again, if it was a delayed minor penalty, then he shouldn't be in the box because they scored the goal. So the fact that he is in the box would suggest to me that it must be a misconduct, because otherwise something would be on the clock and we would be shorthanded. We're not shorthanded. We're playing with 5 aside. Wood did have a collision in the Capitals' end with one of the Capitals players, and that might have been what Ratto was complaining about, perhaps. So we'll kind of keep our ears open for a possible announcement with regard to what the penalty was. But in the meantime, we are tied at 1. Lee with it, sharp angle shot, hit the side of the net. They just said 10-minute misconduct. I was just trying to listen to see. It's hard to hear the PA here, but they called it a 10-minute misconduct, but they didn't say for what. Whitrock plays it down low. Leah shot that hit traffic in front, and then he tries to center it, and a glove save by Fleming. Once again, Brenneman trying to knock that out of midair. Almost got it. So the Jets dangerous. 9:05 left to go. Almost to the halfway point of the game. We are tied at 1. Off the face-off. Trying to go dangerously in front of his own net was Way, but he got it ahead, trying to work in. And a shot by Christensen. That bounces into the slot area, but now Brenneman takes over. He fanned as he tried to play it up the boards. Amon goes back to the net. The Capitals center it. The one-timer goes off the side of the goal, wide of the net. Whitrock tried to play it ahead. Jets hemmed in just a little bit, and Reedman will play it out to center ice. Glove down by the Capitals and trying to work back in Henley. He'll leave it in the middle, and that was blocked to the Jets defense. And Whitrock, a nice little nifty pass to Brody Lee, trying to work in. He had it taken away as he got to the blue line. Now working in Logan. Logan, a long shot went off of something and over the net. Puck goes to the near side. Down to just about 8 minutes. Past the halfway point. And here's Lemke with it. He's 1-on-2. Tried to work toward the middle, but it was swept away from him by Malang. And the Capitals work in. Brody McAfee tried to send it across. Jackson Norman fanned on it, but he still has possession. Will ring it around now near side, and McAfee in the middle. And he got it ahead for Cale Smith. Now Norman again trying to poke it ahead. Eventually it's taken by the Capitals defense. And with 7.5 minutes left to go, the Jets will ice the puck. So Shade Brenneman gets a Jets goal to put him ahead, and then Capitals strike back on a goal that I think Camden Krugel would love to have back. And we are tied at 1. Off the face-off, top of the circle, shot hit traffic in front. Comes back out right point. Capitals play it down the far boards. Brenneman, he had it taken away from back in the net. They tried to center it to Myers, but that was tipped away and goes all the way back into the Capitals' end. Out of the net, Fleming. Boy, it's picked up by Whitrock. Tried to send it across for Brenneman, but that pass was off the mark. And then here comes Myers back the other way. Max Myers has a lot of speed. Now works back to the net, tried to wrap around, but went right through the crease. Then a shot goes wide. Rebound. They tried to sharp angle shot that hit the side of the net. Capitals keep it in at the right point. Myers again trying to center it. That was knocked away by Ekton. Now Norman plays it ahead. That hit a stick. Comes loose, a shot, save Krugel, rebound, and he got that as well. Amon, and it goes off of a Capitals player down the ice. They're going to call this icing. I sure thought that hit the Capitals player's stick, but I guess apparently not, or at least not according to the linesman anyway. And so an icing call against Kansas City. 6:25 to go, second period. Jets and Capitals knotted up at 1. We were scoreless through the first 20 minutes or so of this game. Jets got a goal, and then Capitals got the equalizer. And we got a little over 6 minutes left to go, and now we're going to get a hand pass call and a face-off. Should come out to center ice as the hand pass called on the Capitals. So neutral ice face-off. Corin out there with Crab as a long shot goes on goal, and Krugel takes no chances and hangs on. So face off to Camden's right, comes back out toward the right point. Now along the half boards. Jets break it up. Puck still loose in their zone, though. Now they poke it out to center ice. Dump back in. Wide of the goal, Elam. Derek Elam plays it toward the middle. That was dangerous, but got it to Corrin, who was able to kick it ahead. So it would appear that Micah Amon was playing offense on that particular shift out there with Corrin and Crab as an icing call here against the Capitals. Trying to figure out who the left winger, and I kept seeing defensemen, and apparently Micah was, for whatever reason, playing at a forward shift. Shot right on, right off the face-off, and a save by Fleming. So this is Cale Smith out there with McAfee, and I believe Corrin stayed out. He plays it in the middle for Elam, a long shot, and a save by Fleming. Now that's Bennett Lemke on his normal shift. So I've got to figure that after taking his first shift, Eklund decided he better not test that knee, and because I don't think I've seen Cole since then. So Amon took a shift there on forward, I would imagine, for that. And McAfee has taken Cole's spot on this left wing, or excuse me, right wing on this line with Cale Smith. Able to send it ahead. Smith trying to chase it down. Overskated, did get it in on side at least. Into the corner, pair of 32s as Lemke and Christensen go into the corner. Comes loose, Smith plays it out, back to the point, long shot, Bloom, and that goes wide of everything. Elam with the rebound. There's a delayed penalty coming up against the Capitals, and the Jets are going to get an opportunity on the power play. Let's see what the call is. Christensen is getting a roughing call. So this is his second trip to the penalty bench, I believe. Jets 0 for 2 on the power play. They could use a goal here. Lee pokes it ahead. Whitrock across right side. Shot by Bloom. And he put it right on goal, but it was caught by Fleming and hung on. 4:38 left to go, second period. Jets on the power play. Face off, Whitrock got it. Comes back out, another shot from the point by Bloom. And another relatively easy catch for Jackson Fleming. Well, like I said, if they can manage to get a little traffic in front, so either he can't see it or there's the possibility of the redirect. In the meantime, they fight for it right in the face-off dot, and Bloom was able to keep it in on the first try, but the second try they get it out. And here's Barons trying to work in, a little toe drag move, works out in front, shot and a save by Krugel, rebound, and he got that as well, down prone, but he couldn't get it lifted over Camden Krugel. Power play for the Jets, but the Capitals had the best chance so far. Bloom, back of the net, takes a hit. Capitals take over shorthanded, and this is Myers. He'll play it down low, looking for the give and go. Again, still shorthanded, the Capitals with the puck. Minute 7 to go in the man advantage as the Jets will set up here finally. 3:45 to go in the second period. 1-1 our score. In the middle, Whitrock, left wing pass McAfee, back to Whitrock. He'll play it in the middle for Lee. Walks the line, sends it top of the circle. Whitrock, a shot, saved by Fleming. Big rebound, but it was right to a Capital player, and he'll send it the length of the ice. And boy, you don't see that very often, a goaltender almost icing the puck during a power play. Half a minute to go in that power play, though. Jets will get in. I'm not actually sure why they didn't call that icing. They should have. The goaltender came out, but he allowed the puck to go across the goal line. Friedman will come over for the loose puck in the neutral zone. Almost overskated. Has some traffic on him as Gunta was there. And Micah Amat. 5 seconds to go in the man advantage. Jets about to go 0 for 3 on the power play. As Christensen is back out on the ice. 2:40 left to go in the period. Friedman plays it up ahead, can't get it out. Smith over there checks his man to the sideboards. Puck comes loose. Brenneman, he couldn't get it out. It's played down low. Steered aside by Krugel on a shot that was probably going wide. Friedman in the corner. Smith comes away with it. And he'll play it up the boards, but again, can't get it out. He was looking for Brenneman. Pass was behind him. Now the Capitals dangerous. They play it in the middle, knocked away by McAfee. And they keep it in again. Tried to send it down low, but that was blocked out by a leg. And we're down to about 2 minutes left to go in this one. Second period of play, 1-1. Amon with the puck. He'll play it up left wing. He was looking for McAfee. That never got to him. Capitals play it out of play, and we'll get a face-off. 1:48 left to go, second period, 1-1. Center ice face-off. Corrin out there. Takes the draw. Norman able to get it into the zone. He was knocked down. Puck comes out and sent down the ice. This is going to go wide, so an icing call here against the Capitals with 1:36 left to go in the second period. Brenneman, the goal scorer, out there with Whitrock and Lee. Elam and Bloom. Comes back to Bloom. Shot. That hit traffic in front, then they play it ahead, but Elam cuts that off. Jets keep it in the zone. Backhand pass across looking for Lee. That was behind him as Whitrock tried to find him. Now it's taken there by West for the Capitals, taken away from him, but after the pickpocket, the centering pass went to nobody in particular. Now Lee will work in on right wing. Pulls up with it, lost it. Christensen takes the loose puck. He'll play it up ahead. And we get it out to center ice as we get to the last minute of the period. Now here's Whitrock with it. Tries to work through the middle. He was like 1-on-4, but McAfee with the puck across for Elam. Top of the circle, shot right on. Rebound. And the Jets unable to get it on goal. Then Fleming able to play it ahead, and then they get it out to center ice. McAfee couldn't handle the bouncing puck. Brody got it into the zone. Brody Lee played it in the middle. Knocked down by Bloom. Tried to center one. That hit the skate of Brody Lee. Goes into the sideboards. 4 players over there, down to 20 seconds to go in the period. West after for it back of his net. McAfee took it away from him, but he couldn't handle it. Lee kept it in. McAfee right at the line, had it taken away. Oh, this could be dangerous. Back the other way. 5 seconds left. There is time. Working into the zone. A shot missed everything off the sideboards, and that's going to do it. The buzzer sounds, and the boys head to the locker room. Haven't solved anything yet. Both teams get a goal in the second period. And we are tied at 1. We will go to our intermission slideshow and then back with the third period. Somebody at some point, presumably, will get another goal, or either that, we go to overtime and we'll see. All right, so it's the second period intermission, third period coming up. 17 minutes of hockey left to go. Can the Jets get back on the board? They led it at one time, 1-0. It's 1-1 right now here on Kansas City Jets hockey. Welcome back out to Buccaneers Arena. Joel Becker on Kansas City Jets hockey, Jets and Des Moines Capitals. Enjoy the ride, folks. Just about getting started with the third period here. Teams are back on the ice. And we'll see who can get the equalizer here. Interesting, Wood and the referee having a little chat there as he heads back to the box. Not sure how much of his 10 minutes he still has left. Whitrock line to start things off. And Max Myers for the Capitals as they get the puck into the Jets' end. Just underway here in the third period. Jets had a lead in this game briefly on the Shaden Brenneman redirect goal. Capitals did tie it up. They walk out in front and they score. Well, that did not take long here in this third period as Logsdon from straight in front foghorn they have here at Buccaneer Arena. And very quickly, it is the first lead of the game for the Capitals at 2-1. So Luke Logsdon gets the goal. They call it an unassisted goal. So the Jets now have to get the equalizer as they trail for the first time in this game. And they are playing, as we talked about before, a little shorthanded as Cole Eklund is out with a knee injury. Not sure what his status may be for tomorrow, although I would be surprised if he isn't playing today. I would imagine that his knee is probably going to swell up a little bit tonight, but we'll see. Seemed to be a contusion type injury more than anything else. In the meantime, trying to work ahead with it, Jets and Riedman. His shot hit a leg, goes wide. They center it. It comes loose in the slot area, but the Jets can't get a stick on it. And back the other way, here come the Capitals. Myers, he was taken to the boards by Amon, who was able to push it ahead. Comes back to the line, and Henley. He'll work in on right wing. Henley with Riedman all over him, and that's actually Bennett Lemke over there who knocks it away. Now it comes right through the middle, and we will get a whistle. Krugel had played it out, but they blew the whistle dead before he did. So 2-1 our score. Capitals on top. Early goal here in the third period. Well, they were going to need to get a goal one way or another if they were going to win this game, so now they'll need to get two. Puck along the side boards, now back of the net. Elam plays it across, comes ahead for Crab. Everett in his own zone just plays it back. Bloom couldn't get to it, but Elam will play it up the boards. Oh, and then we're going to get a penalty here again on the Capitals as Jalen Wood was taken down. And some sort of call is coming. Roughing is the call to Zachary West. And for the third time, I believe, the Jets will have the man advantage. They are 0 for 2 so far. Whitrock with a clean win comes back to the point. Bloom across for Lee. He'll walk the line. Straight away with it. Now to Lee, Bloom. A shot, they score! Another redirect. And a power play goal. It's been a while since the Jets have scored a power play goal, but they get one here. And it couldn't come at a better time as we are tied at 2. So The Jets have not had bad power plays per se, but they have not been able to get power play goals. Great opportunity. I believe that may have been Brenneman again. We'll wait for the announcement on the redirect. Here's Whitrock trying to work ahead. It's Cale Smith who got the goal, by the way. So Brenneman and Whitrock are getting the assists, as we'll get an icing call against Kansas City here. So 14:26 left to go, regulation time. We are once again knotted up. Happened in the opposite order this time compared to last period, but Jets fell behind for the first time in the game. They get the equalizer very, very quickly, as we have not even played 3 minutes of this period, and both teams have a goal. Nice play by Brody Lee, who had lost his stick but kicks it out to center ice. Capitals will try and work back ahead with it. Whitrock got in the way, and now the Jets, and they get it out to center ice. Trying to chase it down is Wood. They'll try and get into the zone. He just plays it in the corner. Nobody really there to help him out. Crabb comes over. So it's Crabb, Corin, and Wood on this line. Back the other way. This is Gage Barrett back in the net for the Capitals. Comes to the near corner. He was taken to the boards by Corin. Norman over there. Puck comes loose. Capitals take over. They played it out to Malang. He tried to center one. A nice little job of intercepting that pass by Krugel, and then a shot goes wide. Rebound comes out. Oh, that tips in front near the top of the crease. And Myers had it, but he couldn't get a shot on goal. Plays it in front again. And once again, Barons tried to pull the trigger and was unable to get the shot on goal. Jets try and ice it. They do get it out to center ice at least. Comes back in. This is Stiles with it. Plays it in front. They score. Well, Jets kind of got caught in a line change there, unfortunately. Second time in this period that Capitals will get ahead. 3-2 our score. So the Jets cleared the zone and tried to convert a line change. And unfortunately, that allowed the Capitals to gain the zone. And really, before they had anybody back in, Krugel, I think, again, would probably like to have that one back. Might have wanted to get the stoppage of play, but was unable to do that, as that was dumped in on net. Amon got it ahead. Lemke couldn't catch the pass. Out there with Cale Smith and McAfee. Brody McAfee will play it back to his defense. Amon with it. He'll work up left wing. Gains the red line. Able to get it in the zone. Couldn't get it deep. And the Capitals work back out. Amon knocks it down. Got it ahead for Lemke. Bennett Lemke into the zone. And late the offsides call, but they do call it. And we will get a whistle and a stoppage of play, as they ruled that Brody McAfee was in ahead of the play. I'm not so sure that I thought that was the case, but whistle happens. Whitrock line comes out. Jets, as they fan to try and get it in deep. Reedman. Puck comes in the middle. Oh, and boy, Brody Lee was absolutely tripped straight in the middle of the ice with, I mean, again, there was nothing there. 2-on-1 down low. Lee a shot and a glove save by Fleming. And he will hang on. But just going back to that, Brody Lee, again, he was going for the puck, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, the guy swats it. I mean, there was a stick there as well that had been dropped by another player. But it doesn't matter. I mean, again, he swats at the puck, hits, and literally knocks him over. I got to wonder, though, I do not believe that the Capitals have had a power play in this game. And the Jets have had 3. I wonder if that has any. It's not supposed to make any difference, obviously, for referees. But it would be naive to believe that it never does. Who knows? But that seemed pretty obvious, at least. In the meantime, Jets trailing at 3-2 with 11 and a half minutes left to go. Myers trying to walk in front. He was taken off the puck. It comes loose in front. Good little poke check that time by Krugel to knock it out of harm's way. Shot goes well wide. Malang plays it into the corner. Jets take over. Malang stopped it at the point again. Knocked down with a high stick, and we will get a whistle. .11:04 showing on the clock in the third period. Cale Smith line comes out with Lemke and McAfee. I don't know how much they're going to shorten the bench here with, like I said, Cole Eklund is out for the game with a knee injury, which I believe is a contusion. McAfee trying to poke it ahead. Boy, he was interfered with. And again, no call. I mean, he was literally the fact that the guy interfered with him in the first place was probably penalty worthy, but then he was actually taken down. And no call. Third period. Jets trailing 3-2. I mean, you can take a look at it on the web stream a little bit later on if you like. But that's two what seemed to be relatively obvious calls, neither one of which was made. In the meantime, puck goes into the zone. Lemke after for it in the corner. He just leaves it there. It was right around to the far side, or excuse me, near side. Bloom couldn't stop it, but Elam does. And the Capitals do get it out to center ice. Corin line out there with Wood. And then now Crab coming out to finish the line up. Under 10 minutes to go. Jets trailing by one, looking for the equalizer again. Crab with it from the far corner, excuse me. Try to play it out in front. Plays it instead back to the point, and unfortunately couldn't keep it in and falling down. Bloom will come back, a nice little poke check to knock that away. Really a sweep check more than a poke check. Corin with it. And in Corin, had it taken away by Christensen, got it back, knocks it out to center ice. This is what could have been offside. They didn't call it. Comes back out to center ice, and then the Jets ice it. So we'll get a whistle. 9:17 left to go, third period. Jets trailing 3-2. Face off down in the Kansas City end. Whitrock line back out for Kansas City. Off the face-off, they play it out to center ice. Ooh, and almost an opportunity for a 2-on-1, but a nice leap at the point there by Way to keep that ahead. Then Brenneman tried to poke it ahead, ended up lost his glove and the stick. Ooh, goes into the corner, and Reedman was taken down kind of awkwardly into the boards. Jets play it ahead, and here's Brody Lee with some speed on right wing, trying to get in around Way. Does, has a man in front. Oh, he tried to center it for Brenneman for the redirect, and he couldn't get a stick on it. Then the shot goes wide by Amon. Rebound, Reedman a shot, and a save for Fleming. Rebound again, as Lee had a couple of whacks at it. Puck comes loose in front. Then Amon another shot. That was blocked to the defense. Amon another shot. That was again blocked to the defense. Amon able to keep it in. It comes down low. Lee, sharp angle shot. That was blocked by a leg in front. Puck in the corner. Capitals send it to the near side. They get it out to center ice. Myers will try and walk ahead. McAfee comes back and gets in his way. Now we get now there's going to be a penalty. It's going to be on Kansas City, and they score during the delayed call. Krugel had lost his stick. The funny thing was, when that originally happened, I thought the penalty was going to be on Des Moines because I thought somebody ran into Krugel, which I think they did. I mean, there was contact made. I don't know what the original penalty was going to be. And I don't know if they'll announce it or not. But boy, I tell you what, the fact that that was going to be on Des Moines when you had two rather obvious calls that were just not played, and I don't know what that was supposed to be. And it's now 4-2. Still do have 7.5 minutes left to go in the third period.
9:05 in the third period. Goal scored by number 17, William Reed.
So William Reed gets the goal.
Myers.
Boy, Jets had a couple of opportunities. Phil Smith there had the puck briefly. Comes up the near side boards. They did not announce the penalty that wasn't served. It still does count as a penalty, but I don't know who it was on. Here's Lemke with it. He's 1-on-3, a shot right on, save, rebound. And Lemke on the rebound attempt had a really good chance, but his stick just hopped over the puck and he couldn't get it on goal. So the Jets have their work cut out for them, down by 2 goals with under 7 minutes to go. They could use one quick. They had a 1-0 lead in this game. Shot by Bloom, hit traffic in front, never got through. Had a 1-0 lead, then it was 1-1, then 2-1 Capitals. As a glove save that time by Krugel, and he will hang on. 2-1 Capitals. The Jets tied it up at 2. Capitals got an early goal here in the third, and then they get a second one about 8 minutes in. We're down to 6:41 left to go, third period. Jets trailing 4-2. Corin line out there with Wood and Crab. Comes back out near the point. Styles. His shot hit traffic. Elam will swat it out to center ice. Puck is picked up by Crab. He'll work in on right wing. Fanned. Corin trying to carry on. Capitals take over. Bloom has it. And then he left it for Crab, who'll dump it in. The Jets will change players. Brody Lee off the bench was able to knock it down, but then it comes back out to center. Bloom dumps it in. Fleming out of the net, leaves it. Back of the goal. Oh, it comes loose to Brenneman, a shot. And somehow Fleming got a piece of that one. And covers up. Boy, he had a little bit of that short side to go for. Tried to beat him there, and it ended up hitting him in the midsection, it looked like. Almost stuck it in between the blocker and the body. Comes back out to the line. Elam's shot now comes to Bloom. Another shot. Oh, and the rebound came right through the middle. Uh-oh. Trying to work the other way. Nelson trying to catch up with this. Sharp angle shot, missed everything. Goes off the end boards, comes back out. Barons dumps it cross corner. Jets and Lemke overskated, but he'll get it on left wing. We'll poke it ahead. Lemke trying to chase it down. Knocked it down, comes up the near boards. Capitals will lift it out to center ice. Then Elam gloved it down, but wasn't able to maintain possession. Capitals have it in their own zone. Up ahead, Nelson. He'll dump it in. That went off of Bloom, and it was off of a high stick. And so there'll be a face-off inside the Jets end with 5:09 left to go. Jets could use a goal in a hurry to at least put themselves in a position where they might be able to make a run toward the end of this game. Cale Smith line is out. Comes back out to Logsden. That was wide. His shot through a maze of players. It comes in front. Reedman knocks it down. He'll ring it around far side. And the Capitals can't keep it in. McAfee checks his man. Trying to go ahead with it is Cale Smith. He was interfered with a bit. It's McAfee, a shot that never got through. Goes into the corner. Lemke checks his man. McAfee back out to the point, but Amon missed it, and it goes all the way back into the Jets' end. He has to chase it down, does a good job. Plays it off the sideboards to McAfee, out in the middle. Got it to Lemke. He had it poked away, but then McAfee will get to the red line and dump it in, head to the bench for a change. Down to 4:20 left to go in regulation time. Reedman, excuse me, just plays it to an open right wing. Capitals take over in their own zone. Henley sends it across, and they'll play it the length of the ice, and they will call icing this time against the Capitals with 4:04 left to go. Clock certainly a factor here. So Corin out there this time with Lemke, who's double shifting. I think the Jets are going to call timeout here. So 4:04 left to go, and the Jets do call timeout. It might be a little early to be yanking the goaltender. I've seen it happen before this early with 4:04 left to go. The Jets have done a good job with the man advantage of maintaining possession. Although, again, in the JV game, they kind of tried that and gave up the empty netter. It's a tough one. I mean, it's one of those things where you're never really quite sure what the right call is. There's a couple of things to keep in mind. You know, you always want to go for the win, obviously. There is a factor to be said with regard to, you know, one of the tiebreakers is goal differential. So, you know, you always do want to keep that in mind in terms of, no, it doesn't really make any difference whether you lose by 2 or lose by 3 unless it does. Now, that's not a way to play a game or anything like that, but they are going to go with the empty net, it would appear. So the net is empty to our right. Six on 5. Here's Brody Lee with it on the right side. He just plays it down low. Smith comes up ahead, and Amon a shot right on and a save by Fleming, and he'll hang on. You got to remember the Jets are playing without their leading scorer. Cole Eklund has been gone since late in the first period. Well, really, he tried one shift in the second period, decided he couldn't go. Lee kept that one in, goes back of the net. Lemke sends it behind the goal. Smith comes to the far side, played it right back out to the point, and Bloom had it, lost it. The Capitals play it. Empty net, they score. Well, that is the danger when you're in that situation, obviously. So both the varsity and JV end up getting up an empty net goal relatively early on. 3:27 left to go in this one. And that'll pretty much do it. 3-goal deficit would be a lot to get in 3.5 minutes for Kansas City. So from the beginning, they originally had some pretty good puck possession, but you know, it was playing it back out to the point, and Bloom had it and then he lost it, and then that was pretty much all she wrote. So 3:10 left to go. There's a penalty coming up. It's going to be on the Jets. A little academic at this point. We'll see what the call is, as I believe Jackson Norman is going off. Roughing is the call. So to add insult to injury with 3:07 left to go. If there was any chance that they might be able to come back, the next 2 minutes they'll be shorthanded. I do believe this is the first power play of the game for the Capitals. There was one penalty called. That was pretty close to being offsides. There was one penalty called, but they scored on the delayed call, so it was enforced but not served by the Jets. 90 seconds to go in the man advantage, but the thing is, the Capitals don't need to score. All they really need to do is waste clock, so if they can maintain possession here, then that will only give the Jets about, I don't know, a little less than a minute, a little more than a minute left to go when this penalty ends. Puck in the neutral zone at the moment, and the clock ticking away. We're down to 2:10 left to go. Officials are content to let them just play this puck, or not play it very much, and finally it does get in, and Stiles will dump it in deep. McAfee did take him down. That could have been interference. They didn't call it, and Brody will just look for a lane and send it the length of the ice. Down to 1:45 left to go regulation time. Jets down by 3, 5-2. Half a minute to go in the Capitals man advantage. Puck in the middle, Myers. He walks in all alone, a shot, and a glove save by Camden. He will hang on for a face-off with 90 seconds left to go in regulation time. So when the penalty ends, there'll be 1:06 left to go. So 1 goal every 20 seconds after that, and we're right back in it. Comes back out to the point. Malang sends it across. And again, like I said, the Capitals don't need to score here. They just really need to waste clock. Malang with it. His shot from a sharp angle, saved by Krugel. Now Malang again, top of the circle, another wrist shot. That hit traffic, ended up going wide. Norman back on the ice. He'll come across, stay out on the ice. A wraparound attempt, they score. I don't know if it's not going to be very good for Krugel's stats, unfortunately. Not going to, kind of academic as far as the game is concerned. As like I said, from back of the net, just walked in front with the wraparound. So I tell you what, this game is going to end up looking on the stat sheet like a much bigger victory for the Capitals than it really was. This was a closely played game for most of it. So Ryan Logan with the wraparound. We're down to 35 seconds left to go as the Jets will ice it and get a whistle and a face-off. So like I said, when people read the stat book, they're going to see 6-2 and think that the Capitals, you know, with their undefeated record, just ran past the Jets team. But in reality, Jets did have a lead in this one, 1-0. Then they trailed 2-1, 3-2, and then 4-2, 5-2, 6-2. But all of that coming in the third period. This was an even-up game going into the third period. We're down to 13 seconds left to go. Norman plays it ahead. It's tipped ahead. This really should be icing, but they're going to wave it off because why wouldn't you? And that's going to do it. 1 second left, and the Des Moines Capitals have taken the first two on this one, and they defeat the Jets 6-2 in the varsity game. But like I said, it was a lot closer than the score would indicate. 4 third-period goals by the Capitals to end up with a 6-2. But one of them was an empty netter, and one of them happened to wrap around after the empty netter. So really, this was a, like I said, 2-2 game going into the third period. So we've got 9 and 11 tomorrow. JV at 9 o'clock, varsity at 11. Hopefully you can join us, and maybe the Jets can come back kind of like Dubuque did the other way last weekend. So the precedent is there. We'll see what they can do. Thanks for joining us tonight. 6-2 the final score. Capitals over the Jets. Hopefully you can join us tomorrow here on Kansas City Jets Hockey on the Jets Hockey Network.